And a scare for Rachael Ray as her house goes up in flames.
It has been a roller coaster ride, quite honestly.
Remember Rachael Ray, the cheerful cook who filled our screens with quick meals, bright smiles, and simple kitchen tips now looks very different. And her recent struggles have quietly changed her life in ways many people never noticed. From personal loss to unexpected challenges, her journey has taken turns that few fans saw coming. This is not just about appearance, but about everything she has been through behind the scenes. What really happened to Rachael Ray over the years? And how did these moments shape who she is today? Join us as we uncover her story step by step, from local cooking segments to a lasting media career. Over the past 20 years, Rachael Ray has changed her life in a remarkable way. She started as a self-taught cook, creating small local television segments in Albany, New York. Step by step, she grew into a powerful media figure. She did this without any formal culinary training. Her work expanded into television, books, cookware, and home goods. Even after her daytime talk show ended, her career did not slow down. It simply moved in a new direction. Her journey began with a simple but strong idea. While working at a gourmet food market, she helped busy customers learn how to cook quick and easy meals. From this experience, she created the idea of 30-minute meals. This concept connected with many people who wanted to cook at home but did not have much time. It led to her first cookbook in 2000. Soon after, her idea caught the attention of the Food Network. In 2001, she was given her own television show. 2002, 30-minute meals premiered. The show became very popular and ran successfully until 2019. Its success opened more opportunities for her. She went on to host other programs like $40 a Day and Rachel's Vacation. These shows helped her become a familiar and trusted face on the network. Her influence continued to grow. In 2005, she launched her own magazine. In 2006, she started her daytime talk show. This show stayed on air until 2023. During these years, she managed many projects at the same time. She continued working with the Food Network, published more than 20 cookbooks, and built a wide range of product lines. From the outside, her career looked smooth and successful. However, there were challenges behind the scenes. One major issue involved her voice. Rachael Ray is known for her energy, her cooking knowledge, and her strong work ethic, but one of her most noticeable traits is her raspy voice. Even people who have never watched her shows can often recognize her voice immediately. It has become a key part of her identity. Many people have wondered about the reason for her voice. Some believed it might be caused by smoking or vocal strain. This is not true. Her voice condition is not linked to bad habits. In fact, she has had voice problems for most of her life. These issues were especially serious during her childhood. As a child, she often suffered from croup. This is a respiratory infection that affects the airway. Over time, it can weaken the vocal cords. Because of this, her voice developed its unique sound. While it may seem appealing on television, it has often caused her real discomfort. In an interview in 2006, she explained that she had many cases of croup as a child. This left her with weaker vocal cords. To manage this condition, she later worked with a voice specialist. She learned exercises to protect her throat and improve her speaking ability. She was also advised to reduce her caffeine intake to help care for her voice. In 2008, she faced another serious issue. She had a cyst on one of her vocal cords. To fix this, she underwent surgery. After the procedure, she followed strict instructions and rested her voice completely for 1 week. After that, she returned to her work. Even after returning to television, the pressure on her voice never fully disappeared. Hosting daily programs, filming cooking segments, giving interviews, and speaking to large audiences required constant strain on her vocal cords. Still, Rachael pushed forward with the same determination that had built her career from the beginning. Over the years, fans noticed that although her voice sometimes sounded tired or rougher than usual, her personality and energy remained strong. She continued smiling through long filming schedules and demanding business responsibilities. Her ability to adapt became one of the biggest reasons for her long-lasting success. While many television personalities faded after their peak years, Rachael found ways to stay connected with audiences. She expanded into digital content, social media, and new lifestyle projects while continuing to focus on the approachable personality that made people trust her in the first place. For millions of viewers, she never felt like a distant celebrity. She felt like someone who understood everyday life and the struggles of busy families trying to prepare meals together. Today, her story is about much more than cooking. It is about resilience, persistence, and overcoming personal challenges while staying in the public eye for decades. From battling vocal cord problems to handling the pressures of fame, she continued building a career that many believe would never last this long. But after everything she has faced behind the scenes, many people are now wondering the same thing. What challenge could Rachael Ray possibly face next? Rachael Ray's challenges. Rachael Ray moved to New York City in 1995, just 1 year after major changes had taken place in her life. Within only 2 years of living in the city, she experienced 2 very serious and frightening attacks. These incidents happened close together and left a lasting impact on her sense of safety. The first attack took place in the lobby of her Queens apartment building. As she entered, a young man followed her inside. Without warning, he became violent. He slammed her face against the door and pressed a gun into her back, demanding her bag. At that moment, she reacted quickly. Her father had given her mace when she first moved to the city, and she carried it with her. Acting on instinct, she grabbed it, turned around, and began screaming loudly. Her reaction scared the attacker, and he ran away. However, the situation did not end there. Just 1 week later, the same man came back. This time, he attacked her again, beating her in an alley. The second assault made the situation even more serious and deeply upsetting. After facing 2 attacks in such a short time, she felt shaken and angry. It became clear to her that she could not continue living in that environment. She decided to leave the city and move to upstate New York, choosing safety and peace over staying in a place that had become dangerous for her. Over the years, most of the criticism Rachael Ray faced came from tabloids or the general public. It was rarely from people within her own professional field. That is why it was surprising when, in 2009, she faced backlash from a well-known figure in the culinary world. The controversy began when she agreed to appear in advertising campaigns for Dunkin', which was known at the time as Dunkin' Donuts. The partnership seemed natural. Her brand had always focused on simple, quick, and easy food, and coffee and donuts fit well with that image. However, the reaction to this decision was much stronger than expected. The situation quickly turned into a major public relations issue after a famous chef publicly criticized her in harsh terms. His comments attracted a lot of attention and encouraged others to join in. Some critics even focused on a scarf she wore in one of the advertisements, misunderstanding it and linking it to something unrelated and extreme. This misunderstanding added more fuel to the growing backlash. Despite all the noise and criticism, Rachael Ray remained firm in her decision. She explained that Dunkin' had approached her with the goal of making their food healthier. She also pointed out that the company supported her charity, Yum-O. In addition, she shared that she had a personal connection to the brand because she grew up drinking their coffee. For her, the partnership made sense both professionally and personally. She made it clear that the criticism did not change how she felt about her decision. Another situation she faced was very different but equally frustrating. Over time, she has received both fair and unfair criticism, but one particular rumor stood out because it was based on confusion rather than fact. This misunderstanding became widely discussed online and led to a wave of negative attention directed at her. The issue began during a period when rumors about a famous couple were spreading across the internet. As part of that situation, a fashion designer named Rachael Ray became a topic of discussion. The attention on Rachael Ray grew after she posted a message on social media that many people connected to a popular song lyric. This led to speculation about her involvement in the rumors. However, because the names Rachael Ray and Rachael Ray are very similar, some people became confused. Despite the fact that the designer had no connection to television, many individuals mistakenly believed that Rachael Ray was involved. This confusion caused a wave of anger to be directed at the wrong person. As a result, Rachael Ray received many angry messages. Some people said they would stop watching her show, while others made serious accusations against her that were completely untrue. The situation was upsetting because it had nothing to do with her actions, yet she still faced the consequences of the misunderstanding. In addition to this, she also dealt with rumors about her own marriage. For years, there were stories about her husband's supposed infidelity. These claims added another layer of personal stress, even though they were not based on confirmed facts. Through all of these experiences, Rachael Ray faced fear, criticism, and confusion. Despite the challenges, she continued to stand by her decisions and move forward with her career. Strength through public challenges and personal loss. Rachael Ray married John Cusimano, a musician, actor, and lawyer, in 2005. Over the years, he became a familiar face to many viewers because of his regular appearances on her daytime show. Even with their strong public presence, their marriage has faced ongoing attention and criticism. Rachael herself has never been accused of being unfaithful, but she has often had to deal with rumors claiming that her husband was not loyal. These claims were never proven, yet they continue to appear in tabloids and online reports. Despite the lack of evidence, the couple often found themselves responding to these stories. In an interview in 2007, Rachael openly addressed the situation. She made it clear that she was aware of the rumors, including those involving different women, but firmly rejected them. She expressed full trust in her husband and showed confidence in their relationship. Years later, in 2013, the rumors returned again when tabloids claimed that John was a regular visitor at a swingers club in New York City. The couple responded strongly through their representative, who dismissed the claims as false and baseless. Around the same time, Rachael faced a painful family situation that became public. After the death of her aunt, Geraldine, in November 2013, the media quickly focused on the story. Her aunt passed away after accidentally being locked outside in freezing weather while taking care of a house in upstate New York. The tragedy became even more difficult when Rachael and her husband could not attend the funeral because of work commitments. This led to public criticism from a relative, her cousin Gina, who blamed the family and spoke harshly about Rachel's absence. The situation caused tension and brought private family pain into the public eye. Rachael also faced backlash connected to her business ventures. When her dog food brand, Nutrish, became involved in a legal case, much of the public criticism was directed at her. The brand was originally produced by Ainsworth Pet Nutrition and was later acquired by the J.M. Smucker Company. In 2018, a class action lawsuit worth $5 million claimed that the natural dog food contained small amounts of glyphosate, calling the labeling misleading. Although Rachael was not involved in the production or daily operations, she carried most of the public blame. The case was dismissed in 2019 due to lack of evidence, but the damage to her image had already been felt. During the difficult period of 2020 and 2021, Rachael experienced a major personal loss. Her home in Lake Luzerne, which she had designed nearly 20 years earlier, was destroyed by a fire in August 2020. A neighbor noticed the fire after the roof caught flames, but the house could not be saved. Despite the heartbreak, she later rebuilt the home and used the experience to help others by creating a show focused on rebuilding after loss. Not long after, Hurricane Ida caused serious flooding in her New York City apartment, bringing yet another challenge. Through all of this, Rachael Ray continued to show resilience in the face of both public pressure and personal hardship. Even with these setbacks, Rachael Ray continued moving forward instead of allowing the challenges to define her life. Many celebrities struggle when their private problems become public headlines, but Rachael often responded by focusing on her work and maintaining the positive image that audiences had known for years. Friends and longtime viewers noticed that even during periods of criticism, she rarely showed bitterness in public. Instead, she concentrated on rebuilding both her personal life and her professional projects. Her resilience became especially clear after losing her home. Rather than hiding from the experience, she openly shared the emotional impact of watching nearly 2 decades of memories disappear in a single night. Family photographs, personal keepsakes, and treasured belongings were gone forever. Yet, she used that painful experience as motivation to connect with other people facing similar losses. This helped many viewers see a different side of her beyond television and business success. Over time, Rachael Ray's story became one not only about fame and cooking, but also about surviving public criticism, personal heartbreak, and unexpected disasters while continuing to move forward. But after enduring years of rumors, lawsuits, family tension, fire, and flooding, many people now wonder how much more pressure one person can truly take before it changes them forever. A season of trials and strength. In September 2021, Hurricane Ida brought serious destruction to Rachael Ray's apartment in New York City. The damage was so severe that the home became almost impossible to live in. She described the scene in very clear and painful terms. The storm destroyed nearly everything inside the space. From the ceiling speakers to the fireplace, the apartment looked ruined, as if it had melted away. It was not just the loss itself that hurt, but also the timing. She and her husband had only just completed renovations, carefully shaping the home to fit their needs and comfort. The situation became even more frustrating because repairs could not begin right away. They had to wait for about a week before any work could start. That delay added stress to an already difficult moment. When the restoration team finally arrived, things did not improve as expected. Instead, another problem happened during the cleanup process. An accident caused a main water pipe to break. This led to heavy flooding that spread throughout the building. Water poured down from their 6th-floor apartment all the way to the 1st floor. What began as storm damage quickly turned into an even larger disaster. The emotional weight of the situation was overwhelming. She expressed how defeated it made her feel, comparing it to being treated like something that had been kicked aside. At the same time, she was dealing with deep personal loss during the pandemic. Beyond losing her upstate New York home and watching her city apartment suffer such damage, she also faced the heartbreak of losing her beloved dog. In May 2020, she said goodbye to Isabu, her cherished pit bull. The loss was deeply painful. She shared that Isabu had taught her and her husband powerful lessons about love, empathy, and understanding. The bond they shared was strong and meaningful. Even while grieving, she tried to hold on to a sense of gratitude. She reflected on how the slower pace of life during the pandemic allowed her to spend precious final months with her dog. That time together meant a lot to her. She was able to be present and close during those final moments. She shared that Isabu passed away in her arms, a moment filled with both love and sorrow. Alongside her sadness, she also felt a sense of guilt. She knew that many people during that time were unable to be with their loved ones when they were sick or passing away. That awareness made her feelings more complex as she balanced gratitude with empathy for others. About a month after this loss, she and her husband chose to open their hearts again. They adopted a new dog named Bella Boo Blue. The name was a gentle tribute to Isabu, showing that her memory would always remain with them. This step forward reflected both healing and love, even after deep pain. Throughout her career, She has also faced ongoing pressure from the public and media, especially regarding her personal life. Questions about family planning have followed her for years. Like many women in entertainment and beyond, she has been asked repeatedly about having children. These questions often come with expectations rather than understanding. Even though more people now accept the choice to live without children, the media has not always fully respected that decision. She addressed this topic clearly in a 2009 interview. She explained that her career demanded a great deal of time and energy. Because of that, she felt she would not be able to give the level of attention she believed a child deserved. She made it clear that she did not feel ready for motherhood, nor did she feel any obligation to take that path. When asked if she felt she was missing out, her answer was simple and firm. She did not feel that way at all. Her response showed confidence in her choices and a clear understanding of her own life. Alongside these personal challenges, she has also faced criticism in the public eye. Like many well-known figures, she has been the target of both fair and unfair judgments. Some criticism came from real controversies, but much of it was based on personal opinions rather than facts. Over time, she has been called names like phony or fraud. These labels often focused on the fact that she is not formally trained as a chef. However, she has never claimed to have attended culinary school or presented herself as classically trained. Beyond that, gossip and rumors have often targeted her character. Stories have circulated, accusing her of being a poor tipper, difficult to work with, or overly focused on appearance changes. These claims have usually come from weak or anonymous sources, making them hard to trust. There were even false stories suggesting conflict with Oprah Winfrey, despite the fact that Oprah's company was involved in producing her talk show. Over the years, she has repeatedly faced this kind of negative attention without solid proof behind it. It shows how success can sometimes attract constant criticism, even when it is not deserved. In recent years, she has also experienced a few setbacks that have drawn public concern. By February 2025, her career had entered a new phase that looked different from her earlier, more polished image. She shared a video on Instagram to promote her new FYI show. In the video, she was cooking fajitas and made some playful comments, including jokingly referring to herself as Princess Leia and suggesting a new name for the dish. What was meant to be lighthearted came across as unusual to some viewers. This led to questions about her well-being. This moment was not the only one that raised concern. Earlier in the same year, some viewers had noticed slight changes in her speech during filming for her show set in Tuscany. These moments led to more questions, though clear answers were not fully given. Later, she shared on her podcast that she had experienced a few recent falls. However, she did not directly connect those incidents to the speech concerns, leaving some uncertainty among her audience. She has also spoken openly about the emotional weight she has been carrying. In a 2024 interview, she explained why she had been appearing less in public. She listed the major losses she had gone through, including the death of her dog and the fire that destroyed her home. She described returning to work immediately after the fire, even though she had lost so much. That moment showed both the depth of her struggle and her determination to keep going. What do you think about Rachael Ray? Share your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Before you go, be sure to click on the video shown on your screen.